Good morning. I'm not on trail yet, but I just could not wait. I've been dying to look at this camera and say good morning. I am actually at a rest stop where I slept last night here just west of Chattanooga. It's almost daylight, the light's starting to show up in the sky, and I slept here last night. I actually slept really good. I've made some coffee, and I guess I better start driving soon. Can you guess where I'm going? I am at Springer Mountain Shelter, and the plan for this little trip is I'm just gonna do about 9 miles today and about 8 miles back to my car tomorrow and camp overnight at Hawk Mountain. And I have seen a lot of people. I've seen like 10 people already, and it's fairly early. It's February 18th, but I've seen several people starting their through hikes. There were 2 people up there at the terminus on Springer when I got there that were through hiking. I took a picture for them and chatted for a minute, but I went ahead and got out of there pretty quick. I wanted to give them their moments at the start of their big journey. The one guy said this was his 3rd try, so hoping he makes it this year. And man, it was not supposed to start raining until like a slight chance overnight, and then tomorrow morning it was supposed to start. But man, oh man, it is foggy and misty and light rain. I may have to put my rain jacket on, but I'm gonna try to hold out with that just a little bit longer. I stopped at Stover Creek Shelter, had a snack, talked to some guys there for a while, and I didn't get an eighth of a mile away from the shelter. And I looked down the trail, and none other than Graybeard was coming right at me. Graybeard is working to set the record to be the oldest person ever to through hike the Appalachian Trail. And I honestly don't know how old he is. I think he's 90 or 91. But anyway, he was a real nice guy. I talked to him for a few minutes, and then I let him get on his way. I'm about 3 miles in. The AT is maybe just an eighth of a mile or less, right up that way. I happen to know that these bathrooms were here at the cemetery, and I thought, well, I could probably use those, and they happen to be open, so that was nice. This is a really well-kept, nice cemetery and pavilion. I know some hikers stay under that pavilion occasionally. There was one guy I talked to earlier today that was saying he may come to there. I'm gonna keep on going. It's early. It's only, I think it's 3 o'clock. Oh goodness, it's only 8 minutes after 2. And I have less than 2 miles to go to get up to the shelter I'm gonna camp at. So what a glorious day. I love being on trail, especially the Appalachian Trail. But my goodness, I was coming up that climb. There was a lady taking a break in the trail. I talked to her for a minute, and she said, "Are you Chap?" So she watched my YouTube videos before. So I talked to her for a little bit. Good luck, Pam, on your through hike. And I got past her not very far, and I heard some crunching, and like 25 feet off the trail, there's a guy in camo in a military backpack walking towards me, and he goes, "Is that the trail? Damn it." And he's shaking his head. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Land navigation. I'm supposed to stay away from the trail." And he was shaking his head. I said, "Are you in the ranger training?" He said, "No, something different, but military related." And so he was shaking his head. Then he came on the trail. It was almost like he just gave up. And he's like, "Fine, I'm just walking on the trail now." Anyway, still very overcast, very misty, hazy. But the weather, or the temperatures are very mild, probably mid to upper 50s. And it's just been a glorious day. I am all set up, and there's a lot of people here. I cooked some food, made some macaroni. I cooked it all in my tent, but I'm gonna go up here and do some socializing. So that's it for now. I'm gonna try to be quiet because there's a lot of people here. It is wet. It is rainy. I had dinner, talked to some people for a while. It's still daylight out. It's right now about sunset almost. So about another 30 minutes it'll be dark. It's going to be a long night. We're in a cloud, so my quilt is already starting to feel damp. My tent is soaked. So I'm going to have to figure out how to dry everything out with several days of rain after this. But anyway, that's all for now. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning. It's 7:15 a.m. It's getting good in daylight, but it rained all night. We're in a cloud. We're on the AT, so everything's damp.
My camera makes it look brighter than it actually is. Visibility's pretty low. I've gone a little over 3 miles so far, and I've not seen anyone. It has been an absolutely perfect morning. It's cool and overcast, but it hasn't rained at all. Knock on wood. I'm on a nice level, flat spotted trail here by Long Creek Falls now. My stuff's pretty wet. The tent is pretty heavy, but not totally waterlogged. I'm gonna have to find a way to dry that out later. But unless something cool happens, I'm just gonna probably not video much more until I get back and just enjoy this amazing morning on the AT. I have been back to my car for probably an hour. I'm all cleaned up, took a wet wipe bath, changed clothes. Got my quilt laying out drying on top of my bed here in the back of my car. Got my tent and tarp and everything almost dry. The sun's kind of coming in and out. But while there was a good window of breeze and on and off sun, I thought I'd get everything dried off here, because I don't really have any plans the next few days other than hanging out down here around the southern part of the AT, doing some day hikes, mostly be sleeping in my car. Yeah, so I'm going to close this one out here. I may go down to Amicalola Falls and end this with some views of the waterfall. Thanks for watching. See you next time.